If you're feeling stuck right now, I'm gonna help you in this video get unstuck. So a lot of people stay stuck where they're at because they set a goal way back when that they want to make 10K a month. And when they make 10K a month, they're gonna be the richest person in the world. This was me, right? When I was in my parents' basement, broke, grinding, build my agency, that's all I wanted. And then I did it. And then I wanted 20. And then I wanted 30K, and then I wanted 50, then I wanted 100, and then I wanted 200, right? And I did all of that. But the problem that I see a lot of people face is they get to their goal and then they don't recalibrate and set a different goal. And especially when you tie your goal and your self-worth to a monetary amount, you're setting yourself up for disaster and sabotage, because the goalposts will always change, right? When you get to 10K a month, now you want to get to 20K a month. And if you don't, then you're gonna feel terrible, right? And then same kind of thing. Like when you get to 20, then you want to get to 50, and then you want to get to 100 and whatnot. So like, it's really important to make sure that you don't attach your self-worth to monetary goals, but instead you attach your self-worth to the inputs required of you day in, day out, in order to make those monetary goals absolutely doable, and make it like ridiculous that you don't achieve those goals by becoming the person worthy of achieving them. So all of this to say, in English, what I'm saying is you have to first change internally who you are as an entrepreneur in order to change the external material things that you create, right? Like if you look at this, like I live in my dream apartment right now, beautiful view, just doing some deep work this morning, rebuilding my program right now, and just looking out at the beautiful view. I got the Rolex, I got the Lamborghini. Like, life is good, don't get me wrong, but you get these things and then a lot of people kind of settle into it and then they stay complacent. And this is something that I was dealing with a lot last year as well. Kind of like about 4 to 6 months ago. I was like, okay, well, I feel like I've hit 200K a month. I've got the Lambo, the watch, like that. I can do whatever I want. I can go travel. I can go literally do literally anything I want. And then it's really easy to lose sight and to lose vision and to lose purpose when you do that, right? And I see a lot of people make this exact same mistake. Like they don't recalibrate their goals and their vision. They don't aim higher, they don't aim bigger, and they don't dig deeper to find a more powerful reason to pull them forward. They don't find a more powerful purpose to pursue, instead of just, I want 100K a month because then I can say that I did 100K a month, right? But like, honestly, like after 30K a month, your life doesn't really change. Like you can kind of like, I mean, unless you're like ridiculous and just absolutely blowing stuff, but like my life has been the same pretty much since like 30K a month. Like 200K a month between 30K, it's like, it doesn't really change too much, to be completely honest with you. So you can't attach your vision and your goals to like just the material things, or especially like the Stripe screenshots or like a monthly revenue amount, because that will always fluctuate. That'll always change. And like you might hit it one month and you don't the next month, and then all of a sudden internally you tell yourself you're a piece of shit, right? And what needs to happen is you need to, like, I think initially it's really good to to set goals for selfish desire. So for the Rolex, like this was my first 100K month, right? And when I bought my Lambo, that was when I made my first million. And those were very clear goals that I set like almost a year before I did them, like 6 to 12 months. And I worked really hard to get there, and then I did it. I pulled the trigger, right? But what I'm saying here is like, it's really important that at the start, I think you tie you kind of like trick your mind into working hard, into doing the boring stuff every day. So that way, like, you actually do it, and then you reward yourself with something that rewards your ego, right? Like a watch, like a car, like whatever, right? But then you can only buy so many watches and so many cars. Like, I'm not a watch guy. I don't really care about this. It's just, I mean, I love this watch. It's my favorite, like one of the favorite things I've done just because of what it means. I've never been a watch guy. Like, I didn't even know what a Datejust was like a year ago, to be honest with you, or like maybe just a little more than a year ago. But yeah, like, it doesn't really matter, right? And it's not like anything crazy. It's like, I don't need it to be, right? But like, I'm not gonna go buy a bunch more watches or like buy more cars and stuff, because it's just an empty, like, you're just chasing empty fulfillment. So what needs to happen is, at the start, you can reward yourself with those things, right? Get the car, get the watch, get whatever you want. Treat yourself, reward yourself. I am all for that. I've done it. And I'll tell you one thing, it feels fucking amazing to say, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini one day. And all of a sudden you pull up to your parents' house, revving that sucker, coming in hot, pops and bangs, and your family comes out, and then your mom tears up, and it's a pretty cool moment. But that said, like, from there, you have to kind of make that switch from like material to like immaterial motivation. And what I mean is, now, like, I'm not working so hard. I'm not trying to scale my company and make a ton of money just so I can buy another Lambo. Like, I will have an SVJ one day to match my years. Matte black, murdered out, subtle, very subtle blue accents. I promise you. And I'm not a liar. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I say I will do very hard things. So this might take me a little while because it's a little bit more expensive than a Urus, and it's mentally, I've said it, I'll do it when I achieve a very specific goal that's basically like 10x what I've done now. So I've got a lot of work to do, right? So I still have that, but that's not the reason why I get up every day and do it, right? You have to find that purpose, you have to find that mission, and the reason that's outside of you and your ego, in order to actually get up and build great things. Because if you don't, then you're not going to have a reason to get up at 5 a.m. and work for a few hours, and then work for 12 more hours after that, right? It's going to be really easy to sleep in because you don't have that vision pulling you forward. You don't have that reason why, right? Right now, like, the coaching industry is in shambles. Everybody and their grandma's dog coaches that coach other coaches, and all of them are absolute dog shit at it. And if you look at like my client interviews, my client wins, I post my story on Instagram every single day. Like, we're changing the world. We're changing the industry right now. And that's our purpose. That's our mission. It's to literally save the coaching industry and be the one company that people go to when they want to go from zero to over $100,000 a month and have every single thing under that umbrella that they need to get there, right? Is going to be a lot harder than what it's taken to get to where I'm at now. And in order to do that, like, we're scaling to 8 figures. So probably, like, the goal is $1 million a month over the next few years. But the thing is, like, I'm not attached to that goal. I know that $1 million a month is going to come, and I know it's going to happen. It's inevitable. So what am I going to do? Like, just get complacent and coast and just chill? Like, it sounds cute and fun, just like, oh, I'm just gonna make 100K a month and then like move to Bali and not have anything to worry about, right? But then, like, what happens 2 years from now when you're on the same fucking coaching calls, saying the same stuff to the same kind of people, and you just get sick and tired of it, right? You feel like you're settling and you're plateaued and you're not really achieving your true potential. I don't want that. And I know, like, whether it's this business model or the next one or the one after that, I will be making $1 million a month. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, I will try with this one and see if I can do it. And if for some reason I can't, maybe I pivot in a few years from now, find a different opportunity that's a lot better and higher leverage. I don't know, right? You can't kind of foresee those things. But what I do know is that by trying right now and going all in, I'm going to learn the skills and have the experience and the knowledge required to do that one day. I'm going to forge myself into that entrepreneur who can do that. Because if I just didn't, and if I waited, then I wouldn't be forcing myself to learn leadership skills, to build proper systems for running a business instead of just relying on intuition and testosterone to scale and just kind of brute forcing my way through things and breaking a lot of things and having just no consistency or predictability. So by doing all that stuff now, I'm practicing and getting basically free practice. I'm making a fuck ton of money actually to get this practice. Don't get me wrong. But I'm getting practice right now for that next opportunity as well, right? And it could just be a next offer under this umbrella. It could be a completely different industry. I don't know, right? Who knows what the future holds? Who knows what I'm gonna get exposed to over the next few years? But I do know for damn sure that I wanna be prepared for that. So rather than attaching my self-worth to the monetary goal of $1 million a month, I'm attaching my self-worth to, am I doing the things every single day, right now, today, that's required of me to build the skill sets and to become the entrepreneur who does make $1 million a month? That's what I'm attaching my self-worth to, my vision. So it's a lot different than like, I want to make 100K a month, or I want to make $1 million so I can buy a Lambo, right? It's like, it's fun, right? But it only gets you so far. I think everybody should do it. Like, I know I heard all the time, it's like, oh, money won't buy you happiness. You know, you buy your car, you buy these things, and like, and then 6 months later, like, you don't love them. It's like it kind of wears off or whatever. It's like, yeah, you can say that, but like, I think every single entrepreneur needs to experience that themselves. You need to make those decisions. And I'm not gonna say like, the car was not a dumb decision. I made so many connections and gotten so much more like respect from just like perceived authority, just from a whole bunch of people. I've got invited into some really powerful rooms as well and made some really close connections with some like 9-figure entrepreneurs as a result. It's like, oh, this kid's not fucking around. So it's actually like a really cool indirect investment there. And I'll make another video on this too, but kind of getting back on track, like what you need to do when you get to where you're at, you need to recalibrate why you're doing what you're doing. And you need to set a bigger vision as a bigger goal. And then you have to become the person worthy of achieving that. And then the goals take care of themselves. You just got to show up day in, day out, do the inputs, be consistent with them, and then everything else will fall into place. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Because you can't achieve your goals if you're not worthy of achieving them. So you have to do that internal work. You have to read the books. You have to take the courses. You have to surround yourself with the right people, enter the right communities, learn from the right mentors and stuff like that in order to actually do that, to level up and grow. And if you don't do that and you're just so fixated on the money, well, what happens when you get so close to it? You make like 98K that month, not 100. Then you feel like shit because you didn't do it, right? And I'm not saying like don't set goals, but like you should have those targets to aim for sure. But like, don't attach your self-worth to that, because you might hit it 1 month and then you might not hit it for another 6 months after that because you dried your pipeline, right? So like, there's so many variables and so many factors that go into it that you have to consider. Otherwise, you won't. You'll get to where you want to go, given enough time and doing the right things for long enough. But then you're gonna like get stuck there and feel very unfulfilled. You're gonna plateau and you're not gonna feel good. So I really just urge you, action step from today is figure out why, like the bigger picture. Why are you doing what you're doing right now? Like, aside from the material things, like, what is it that drives you? What is it that pulls you forward? You might not know the answer right now, but at least if all this video can do for you is help you plant that seed in your mind to at least like start looking for that and start searching for that, then when you do know what it is, you'll be able to absolutely lock in and just go full steam ahead at that one thing, and everything else that's a distraction will be very easy to say no to. It'll be very easy to get up out of bed when everybody else is sleeping, to say no to the things that pull you away from that. It's gonna be very easy to do all of that, which then makes it very easy to do the work that's required of you, both internally and externally. When you do that, you'll be able to achieve anything that you've ever wanted. So, lots of love. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for all your support so far. Let me know down below what other kind of videos you want me to make for you, and what you're kind of struggling with, what you need help with. I want to make sure that I pull back the curtain. I just make the biggest impact I possibly can and help as many people as I can. So I have a free course. Link will be in the description. Teaches you how to run ads and start making some sales. Got people in there every day, literally signing clients, making a bunch of money. So if you want to do that, that's my gift to you. My way of saying thank you for your support and your love along the journey. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.